Back here for round 2 of this release event, Innistrad sealed. And yeah, we're going to choose to play first. And instantly ship it because we have a lot of higher drops and 1 land. Alright, well, it isn't the best hand, but we have some thin and we have pseudo removal, so I think that's fine. Again, I'm not going to play the Traveler's Amulet first turn. I mean, if really needed, we can play it next turn and search, but I just don't want to be blown out by some random werewolves. Alrighty. So the thing is, we don't know his second color yet. Yeah, so I'm still going to hold off on the Traveler's Amulet. I mean, if he plays like a Gatstaff Shepherd or something, that's pretty bad for us. Alright, doesn't look like he has anything though. We still don't know what his second color is. But I think now that we have the Geist Flame, it's okay to run out the Traveler's Amulet. I'm going to search for a mountain with it since we really don't need anything else. Looks like he's just draw going as well, so that's kind of nice for us. Let's hope to draw some action here. Alright, that's a good one. First play is going to be on turn 5 apparently, but hey, Murder of Crows is certainly good. Let's see what our opponent's got. Falconwrath Noble, yeah. Falconwrath Noble is certainly very good, but doesn't really do much against our Murder of Crows and Geist Flame. We drew another one. The question is, do we want to play the Murder or we want to play the Scourge? I think I'm going to play the Scourge. It starts off the same size as the Murder, and I'd rather him use removal on the Scourge than on the Murder of Crows. And like next turn, if he plays any creatures, it's going to be bigger than Murder anyway, so that is a-okay with me. Alright, so we don't really have to worry about any werewolves now that we know he's in black-white. This could be Sever the Bloodline, possibly. 4 mana? No. Ooh, Mentor of the Meek. Okay, we're going to have to get rid of that as soon as possible. Mentor is just going to cantrip so many cards. I'm glad we have the Geist Flame. I'm going to go ahead and tech in for 5 first before removing. And naturally he's not going to block. And then we're going to go ahead and, well, so I'm going to Silent Departure first, just so that he doesn't get the trigger. And then we're going to use the Geist Flame to get rid of that. Seems pretty good to me. I actually kind of wanted him to kill my Scourge just so we could be able to play the makeshift Mauler easier. But I mean, with the Murder of Crows now, if any of his creatures die, we're capable of drawing a creature and then pitching it. So we know he has the Nobles in hand, but we're not quite sure what else he might have. This could be like the Stromkirk Brigade or whatever, the 4/3. Or it could be like the Thraben Purebloods. Ooh, Gallow Warden, okay. Definitely a good one, but still looks like we're peeling like champs. I'm just going to go ahead and swing in, and then I'm going to play the Murder of Crows. He can't attack into the Murder without a trick. And like if he trades here, I'm okay with that. That was probably really loose by me, but this does turn on our makeshift Mauler, and we know he has the Noble to turn on the Geist Catcher's Flame anyway, or Geist Catcher's Rig rather. I guess I could have played that main phase, or pre-combat main phase, just to get the draw. I didn't actually think he would block, but excuse me, I'm fine with that. As soon as he plays the Noble, we're just going to straight up Geist Catchers it. Okay. Alright, well, he's not playing it yet, and this could get quite nasty, but we drew a Snapcaster, which is going to be pretty good with our Silent Departure. Going to go ahead and just tack in for 4 since he can't block. And then play our makeshift Mauler. Right now we're just getting all of our beef, and we have some nice options, so I don't think there's really much he can do at this point. Hopefully it's just the Nobles here. Chapelgeist, alrighty, it's fine. And Falconwrath Nobles, okay. So he can't attack, and he can potentially, excuse me, he can potentially use the Skursdag High Priest if we don't remove it. So I think the play might just be to Silent Departure, bouncing the Noble, and then attacking with all of our guys. Yeah, because he has to tap the Skursdag High Priest plus 2 additional creatures to be able to put in a creature. So if we bounce the Noble here, and then attack with both of ours, he will not be able to successfully block as well as putting in one of his creatures. And I saved Snapcaster there because if I draw some other spell, I might want to play that instead. And there was really no point in Snapcastering right there to save the mana. So we'll see what he does here. He might choose to block just to turn on his sentry, but I still don't think that's very strong from him. Yeah, I would like to draw a discard. Skursdag Cultist, huh? Well, do we really need the Snapcaster? No, I don't think so. I'm gonna just discard this, the Cultist, and we can like Snapcaster in at the end of turn. I think right now I just want to play another creature this turn. He could potentially play 2 creatures though, the Noble and something else. So we'll see. Ooh, Angel Flight Alabaster. And a Fox, okay. So hopefully, yep, okay, that's really good that he attacked with a Sentry, because now we're going to be able to play the Geistcatcher's rig, targeting the Angel. We'll flash in the Snapcaster Mage just to have another creature to attack with. Hopefully we just hit like a land, so that when we play the Geistcatcher's Flame, we can draw and discard to that. Yep, okay, drew a land. Go ahead and lay out, well, yeah. Go ahead and lay out the rig, kill the Angel, draw and discard a card. Sure, don't need another planes. And we'll swing in with the team. And we know he only has the Noble in hand, so we're not too worried about anything that he can do. He should be pretty dead at this point. I mean, he has to block one of, or I guess he has to block the Makeshift Mauler since he can't block the Murder of Crows. And he's probably just going to chump off for the Snapcaster Mage. Assuming he does anything at all. So yeah, we had a lot of the right answers. I guess the only mistake, if you want to call it a mistake, that we had this game was attacking our Scourge into the Gala Wardens. Rather. I mean, I think it was a fine play, but it wasn't necessarily the most optimal. So yeah, we got that game. Question is there anything we want to sideboard? And currently, I do not think that is the case. 3 Infernal Plunges. That's pretty bad. Anyway, yeah, I think we'll keep it the way it is. Yeah, so we'll see you guys back for Game 2. Alright, back for Game 2 of Round 2. Opponent has chosen to play last. And yeah, we're going to keep our hand. We have a Think Twice and some red cards we need to play, but other than that, I mean, it's not that bad. We can go second turn, think Twice into flashing it back if we really need. Hopefully we're able to find a red land, or a mountain by turn 3, so we can play the Watch Keep. But we won't be too upset if we can't. I'm not going to show him the planes just yet. It looks like he took a while to submit his deck, so he might have sideboarded in quite a bit, but we'll have to find out. Man or skeleton, sure. Alright, go ahead and think twice. Hope to draw a mountain. Did not. Hopefully we find one on our upkeep, I guess. Or I mean our draw step. Did not, so we'll just play the amulet and pop it for a mountain, play it right away. And then we'll pass our turn. I'm going to take another 1 point of damage here. Not too worried about that. And what's he got? Screeching Bats? No. Elder Cathar. Alrighty. Play out our Handwear Watchkeep. And pass it away. We just might pass on our turn being able to flash back the Think Twice, just so our werewolf flips. Unfortunately, if we do that... interesting. So now we got some decisions here, because if we kill his skeleton, then his sentry's gonna flip. And we really don't have any way to deal with it unless we draw a mountain. So I'm actually fine taking the hit here. Until at least we can find a way to deal with it. Question is, what do I do at this point? I think the Desperate Ravings might be okay. Yeah, I'm going to go for the Desperate Ravings. If we discard something, one of these three, that's okay. It's not the best, but it might have been smarter to play the Plains first, I suppose. But luckily we discarded a Mountain. And we did draw Plains. So we're going to go ahead and play the Kessig Wolf and pass turn. Next turn we will play the Scourge of Gaia Ridge, and that thing's going to be pretty big considering the board state. At this point, if he attacks with a man or skeleton, I will block. Oh, interesting choice. So I'm definitely going to trade the Kessig Wolf for the Sentry, and then I'll block the 2 damage from the Cathar. He could have like Moment of Heroism, I guess. Oh, sack? Okay. So I guess I should have thought about that. Altar's Reap, making his guy pretty huge. So we're going to take 6 trample damage here. And he has a 7/6 trampler. Not exactly the best thing for us. And a Blazing Torch, sure. Still can't play the Goliath until another creature dies. Hopefully we draw like Silent Departure. That way we can bounce the Militia and play our Scourge. Stromkirk Noble is not necessarily something we want to draw. So the question is, why didn't he equip his Blazing Torch? I mean, he must have a trick of some type, but we'll not worry about that too much at this point. We'll just lay out the Scourge, and if he attacks with the Militia next turn, we'll just double block. Let's see what he does for 6. Yikes, this looks pretty big. Dearly Departed, sure. So I guess he's not choosing, or he's choosing not to attack. Really need to draw some action here, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and flash back the Desperate Ritual. I'm okay discarding any of my creatures, even if it's the Scab Goliath. Fortunately, we just discarded another land, or maybe unfortunately, because we can't play our Kessig, our Scab Goliath. We're going to be taking quite a few hits here in the air soon, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But hopefully we can draw like a our Silent Departure soon, because if not, we're going to be in pretty bad shape. Dead in 2 turns currently from the double hits from the Dearly Departed. Alright, so he's attacking with the militia. I'm gonna just snap trade the Scourge for it. There's no point taking an extra 1 point of damage, so. The hand we watch people also block. We still need to draw something. I mean, I'm gonna flash back the think twice at the end of turn, but. Yikes. Okay, well. Smite the Monstrous is a pretty big blowout. We're gonna need to draw something huge here next turn. As it stands, we're at 4 life, so we need to take care of the flyer while being able to deal with the militia. You might just kill this right now. So we're gonna have to draw the Dearly Departed, or sorry, Silent Departure, just to be able to deal with both of those. But even then, he just plays like the Dearly Departed the next turn, and we need to find a real answer. Alright, so we did not get there. Fortunately, we lost that game. He had just too much beef for us to handle. Now is when I start looking at like the sensory deprivations, just so that we take a ton less damage from all of his huge creatures. We probably don't need the Scab Goliath. I mean, we have a lot of huge creatures already and a lot of strong effects, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that for one of the sensory deprivations. Other than that, no, there's not too much we really want to add. Everything else seems okay. I mean, that Mask of Avacyn is okay with how much removal he has, but I think I'm fine with this list. Stormcard Knowable, yeah, is a fine card, but obviously only really good on turn 1. Not too much of a fan of these kind of counter spells. I'm more of a fan of Lost in Mist than the Frightful Delusion, certainly, but don't think I'm really going to play those. Alright, we'll give this a shot, and choose to play first. I think we can probably get an aggressive, enough start, and we'll see you guys back for game. Alright, back for game 3. We're going to go ahead and choose to play first. I think we have an aggressive enough deck. And yeah, we got a first turn Stormcrypt Noble. Can't deal with that, we just kind of win. Got a turn 3 play in the Crossway Vampires to help with anything that he might play that's not a human. I'm going to assume he doesn't have anything that can deal with it. I mean, in white, there's not much. I guess he could have... No, nothing, I guess, because they're all humans. In black, he could have dead weight, so that's the only thing we have to really worry about, but we're just going to instantly lay this down on the first turn. And if he has the dead weight, well then, we're in a pretty sticky situation, but we'll assume he doesn't. Let's see, what else could he have? Even... Nope, Victim of Night's not going to work. I guess he could have Bonds of Faith. That would be annoying, but it would do the trick. Hopefully he just leads up with a Plains so we know he doesn't have anything. Yeah, nice. Take that every time. Kabam. Already getting big. Already getting big. No Bonds of Faith. No, he drew a Swamp or he drew the dead weight. Wow. Okay, wow. He had to draw one of those, so that's pretty amazingly bad for us. Nice rips, dude. Nice rips. Well, that's awkward. I'm, gonna Silent Departure, or sorry, Silent Departure that. And then play the Rakish Air. Our Crossway Vampires are now 3-4, or sorry, 4-3. That was a good draw. Very aggressive. And if we draw a land, we're going to be able to flash back Silent Departure. Yeah, things are not going too hot for this guy. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hopefully we can just draw a land, though. Okay. Question is, do I want to just sensory deprive one of those? And I think the answer is yes. That way I can get in with the Crossway, and then I'll be able to play the Skursdag. And then the following turn, if I don't draw anything, my my Cultist is going to be able to, excuse me, to do some real damage. I guess I could have bounced one of the tokens and attacked with both. He would have traded one of the zombies for the air and probably just chumped the other crossway. But I think what we did was fine. Alright, well, I guess we bounce the Gala Warden, and then I'm going to swing in with everything. If he blocks the Rakish Air, he still takes 6, and makes our guy a 5/4. If he blocks the Skurzdag Cultist, then both of my other guys get huge. Alright, so that's pretty good. Got a lot of action still. Let's see, what would be bad for us? That's not too bad. That's kind of bad, just because you can continuously regenerate. But, I mean, we'll make him use his man up. Question is, do I want to blow up the Manor Skeleton with something else? I don't think that's probably the right play, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the Watch Keep. Next turn I'm probably not going to play anything, and if I don't, then we're going to have a 5/5 as well. With one more land, he is able to flashback Mona the Unhallowed, so that's something to note. Looks like he's going to play the Warden though, it's fine. Man, dead weight, that was a good draw. So maybe it's just best to... No, I'm gonna have another creature on the board. It doesn't really matter what I remove, I suppose. And I'll just pass the turn. Question is if I want to go balls to the wall and start sacrificing all my creatures with the cultist just to get in for 2, and that's probably not the right play. Alrighty, well, he's got some big flyers now, that's for sure. I still don't think he can attack. Next turn he's going to flashback Mona the Unhallowed and be able to attack, but for now he can't do anything. And unfortunately we can't attack either. Things aren't looking very good for us. The flyers are going to end us in 3 turns, as it stands. Here comes the Mona the Unhallowed. Yep. Damn flyers, man. That's all I gotta say. Damn flyers. I guess, yeah, here we go. So we take 8 here. No, 3? I think he should probably attack with the Dearly Departed. I mean, if he blocks any of my creatures with it, I'm gonna just blow up the Skurzdag Cultist. Yikes, bad draw. Okay, well, things are not looking too good for us. We're certainly not dead here, but he has just so many chumpers that it's going to be really hard for us to really do anything. Man, dead weight. That was such a sick draw. Or maybe he drew the swamp, but either way, it's pretty nasty. Alright, so we're gonna wait for him to see if he regenerates the Manor Skeleton. He does. We're gonna trade a few of our guys here. We'll get rid of the zombies, and we'll blow up the cultist to deal with the Dearly Departed. But we're still in a big hole because we're gonna be taking 5 here, and his Manor Skeleton's just gonna be doing some real work against us. Yikes, Andy drew a Mausoleum Guard. Alright, well, things aren't looking very good at all. We're going to have to draw really well to get out of this one. And it looks like we just lost, folks. So that's too bad. We had a really sick start, and he just had the perfect answer. I guess the perfect answers. Yeah, like Mona the Unhallowed was the only thing he could deal with both of our vampires at that time. Alright, so we lost this one. I guess we'll see you guys for round threes.